Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the single moms who are also fathers. Um, I thought I almost never wear dresses, guys, but today I was like, oh, I'm gonna wear a dress. I got a new dress. And on camera, it almost looks a little too similar to my my skin tone. But anyway, Debbie always wants to know. She always wants to see the little green guy. No, she doesn't. But today inside out, just little green guy can turn inside out too, but he's happy. He's happy almost all the time. The little green guy shows his emotions, just like Inside Out 2 is the number one movie this weekend. No surprise, I haven't had a chance to see it. I have been working. That is one that I would like to take my mom to see. It's playing, unlike Garfield, it's playing at one of the theaters where I work, so I would be eligible to see it, but it's very busy this weekend, especially with Father's Day. It's a nice family movie that everyone can go to. So theaters will be busy, and I'll leave those seats to our paying guest, and I'll probably go see it sometime in the coming weeks. Okay, I have some big news to announce. My mom is going to be moving in with me, and I am just curious. I want to research a little bit. Hi, Sean. Happy Sunday. Thank you very much for saying that I look nice. It's interesting. I've been opening a lot more. So I've actually been getting up a little bit earlier on Sundays. So that gives me a little bit more time to like get up and get ready. Um, I've been opening on Saturdays. So I have Saturday nights off so I can get to bed earlier. That's what I'm trying to say. So I am curious just because um, I have always heard, oh my God, hi, Prince Ellie. It is so good to see you. You take care of your parents if they have as they have a guest house in the backyard, like a pool house. You would live in that and care for your parents. You don't want to deal with them getting all up in your business. LOL. I can definitely relate to that. Um, but I think it's actually going to be good for me to have my mom here. So, but that's not necessarily the element of it that I want to look into. What I'm curious about is there a potential for me to earn money as my mom's caretaker? I think I don't know anything about that. I just know, and I'm sure she's going to chime in, and I wish she was here already with me today so that we could talk about it together. So I think there's a couple things that have to happen, right? It's in in-house home services. We're going to look it up together because I really haven't looked up much about being compensated for being your parents' caretaker, but I am sort of curious if there's a potential for me to make money doing that, and if there would be potential for me to kind of like change careers and get money for doing that, and maybe not go to work as much as I have been, or maybe cut back my hours, or maybe just kind of like shift career paths that way. I also think that it would need, I'm not sure if I would need some certifications. I'm not sure if my mom needs a doctor's note for me to do that. She thinks that they wouldn't IHSS. Okay, so that's what we're gonna. Thank you, Pinky. That's what we're gonna look up together. Um, because I just haven't researched it. My mom thinks that her doctor would not sign off that she needs in-home supportive services. But I think that they might. So my mom is having mobility issues. She has vision issues. So I mean, like my mom, like you guys have seen her plenty, right? She's pretty much in the same state as she was when we made her living on Social Security alone video. She's in the same state as when she has come over and cooked Thanksgiving dinner. So she's not incompetent. Nothing's wrong with her mentally, right? But mobility wise, she's using her walker a lot more. Yeah, we're going to look, Pinky. We're going to look at it together because I've just never researched that before. And I'm curious like what the qualifications are, and if my mom would even, if I got the certifications, would my mom even qualify for that. So, my mom is having mobility issues with because my mom's a veteran, all approvals have to go through them. And yes, happy Sunday. And I actually my mom is concerned that it's going to be like troublesome for me to have her here, but it's not going to be. It might actually make things easier in a lot of ways. That's what I'm hoping. Also, like I it's so weird. Everything really changed when I hit 40, right? My mom lives about 34 miles away from me, and it never used to be like, "Oh my god, that's a commute." And then in my 40s, I was like, "Oh my god, that's a commute." Like I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's that my job hours are I don't know. I'm tired a lot more than I used to be. Um so it might be easier to have my mom here with me. Like, even if we still take her to the doctor, she likes to go in Loma Linda, which is in Riverside County, and I'm in LA County. But even if she still wants to go to the doctor out there, the commute, like, I wouldn't have to stop and get her first. We could just make it a straight shot from my house. Um, and I think it'd be fun for me. I don't have a whole lot of friends. I don't have and my mom is a cool lady, guys. If you haven't been able to tell that from when I've had her on the channel, if I want if which and she loves me very much, right? So my mom, if I want to go try a new restaurant, my mom's willing to go with me and try it. It doesn't matter if it's a fancy restaurant or if it's some weird taco stand, if it's an ethnic food that she's never had before. She is willing. She's like, "I'm just down for the ride." If I wanna go to Joshua Tree, she's like, "I'm just down for the ride." If we wanna go to Vegas, she's down for the ride. If I wanna go see a play, she's down for the ride. Whatever it is, like, it'll be nice to kind of, like, have a buddy and somebody that, like, wants to hang out with me and wants to go do things. I do have some other friends, but, um they're not like, okay, my best friend, one time I was like, "Hey, it's Valentine's Day, like, let's have Galentine's Day, let's just go do something on our own." And I wanted to go have, like, fancy dinner with my best friend because it was Valentine's Day. I love Taco Bell, so my best friend was like, "Oh, like, she means Taco Bell." And I was like, "No, let's go have fancy sit down dinner." And my friend was like, "I'm not interested in that at all." My mom is like, "Well, you're driving, like, I'm just a passenger, like, wherever the car goes, that's where I'm going too." So I think that'll be kind of fun. But anyway, my mom is starting to have trouble getting around, right? Like, we put her walker in the car a lot more. The distance that we deem as far, that distance is getting a little bit shorter, right? Sometimes when we go see plays or something, we went to see a play at LA Live. And if you guys are familiar, that's like where it's not Staples Center anymore, where the crypto.com arena is. And um where did we see, was it in the crypto.com arena? I don't think so. Is there like a music venue? Anyway, whatever. We were at LA Live. There's lots of restaurants. The parking structure isn't necessarily that close to like the venue. So we needed to borrow the wheelchair that the venue had. Um and then like wheel her into the venue. So there's mobility challenges like that. If it's a lot of walking, and sometimes too, even when we went there, like, I dropped her off at the corner, then I went to a park, then we used the venue's wheelchair. I later learned, and this is really cool, that at least at LA Live, if you need a wheelchair, they'll actually bring it to you in the parking structure. So I wouldn't have had to, like, dump my mom off at the corner and then find parking. We could have parked together and they would have come. And some of these things, it's no trouble, but it takes a little extra planning and maybe a little extra, we need to allow a little extra time to make sure that we've planned a long way. So here's the thing. So Pinky is saying, I don't think you'll be able to work full time if you're her care provider. I also think the money you earn, oh, it's not considered income and it creates a whole other set of issues. Yeah, I definitely need to like look into that more. So it's not considered income. That would be concerning to me because when it's not income for me, And this is one of the things that Jenny Silver is always talking about in terms of being self-employed, is that you want to have an income so that you get as much as you can out of your social security checks, right? Even though, right, we've talked about it, I've hit millionaire status, I believe. It changes based on the stock market and the value of the house, right? Um, because really, when I say that I'm a millionaire, most of that net worth is in the value of the house, and I'm not selling the house. So that doesn't do anything for me really until I'm ready to sell the house. But I don't have a lot of extra money. I'm going to need, most likely, my Social Security to make ends meet when I retire. I'm working my best so that that's not the case. But the reality of the situation is I'm going to need that plus whatever's in my 401k, most likely, in order to make ends meet. So I want to have income in my earning years so that I can get more with from Social Security as I get older. Okay. Sean says, as long as the restaurant serves good food, that's what should count. Yeah. And I mean, sometimes you don't know if it serves good food. You're just trying a new restaurant. Sometimes I like to go to Taco Bell and that's not good food, but I like it anyway. But yeah, my mom's always down to do those things with me. So, but Pinky, I wouldn't need to she's not in need of a caretaker per se. She does, and she says that she could drive to the doctors on her own. I'm not so sure about that. I'm more comfortable driving her. She needs glasses. She needs, I mean, I need glasses too. So what is that? But her eyes, I'm not so sure are the best. I don't know. I worry. She's been saying that sometimes even with glasses, her vision's still a little bit blurry. So I'm not really sure how much she should be driving, but that's my worry. It's not like the DMV has been like, no, you can't drive or anything like that. She also doesn't hear very well. So I worry that cars might be honking at her and she might not hear it, or I don't know. A lot of things are by sound, right? On my street even, we have lots of little carts, guys selling churros and champurrado and tamales and little ice cream push carts. And I can hear those from 2 blocks away, but I'm not sure my mom um can. So I would be more comfortable if she's not driving anymore, right? Um, so I would be helping her to her doctor's appointments. Also, her house, she needs help cleaning. She often talks about how it's hard for her to bend over to clean things. She's been doing her own yard all these years. My mom she just turned 77 on June 4th. And all these years she has done her own yard work. So she usually just takes the edger to cut it all down. It's a very small yard, but things like yard work are hard for her. Getting down to scrub a tub is probably impossible for her. I won't say impossible. My mom would figure out a way to do it, but it's hard on her. So bending over is hard on her. Walking long distance is hard on her. Driving, it might not be the best idea for her to do that anymore. Just so grocery shopping, because sometimes if you're just at the grocery store on your feet a long time. So it's more things like that. It's not like my mom can't get out of bed. It's not like she needs help going to the restroom. It's not like anything's wrong with her mentally. She could just probably use a little help. And I'm not sure if I was just, providing the cleaning for her and providing the driving to her doctor's appointments and things I'm not sure if that's covered. So we're gonna look at it. Okay. Pinky says, as an IHSS provider, you're offering your services for caregiving. The county pays you instead of the client, your mom. You aren't an employee of IHSS or the county. But my mom says it does count. Don't count on the VA paying, but if they do, it's very limited. And then they say, Her social worker will determine how many hours she needs care, and what I do will be authorized to do, and the amount of hours and tasks you'll be paid for. All right, so let's look into it. I'm going to share my screen just because I'm curious. My mom is moving in, whether I get money for helping her or not. um, I'm just curious. Part of me has been wondering about switching careers for a while and just doing something different. IHSS, Los Angeles County verification. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to take a sip of water. You guys know that means to please like the video. Okay. To request verification of in-home supportive services, IHSS, employment or income, please complete the employment income verification release. How to verify employment with IH. What is the phone number for LA County employment verification? Let's look at this. Okay. Oh, there's YouTube videos. Surprise, surprise. Okay. In-home supportive services, IHSS. In-home supportive services, also known as IHSS, can help pay for services if you are a low-income, elderly, blind, or disabled individual. And my mom is considered disabled. She gets Social Security disability, right, Mom? Um, so maybe that would automatically qualify her. I don't know. She is low income. She is elderly. So, uh, disabled individual, including children, so that you can remain safely in your own home. I wonder, but she'd be moving in with me. So maybe we wouldn't qualify. IHSS is considered an alternative to out of home care, such as nursing homes or board and care facilities. Then you need some documents. This is how you would apply. Eligibility criteria for all IHSS applicants and recipients. You must physically reside in the United States. You must be a California resident. Oh, so my mom probably okay. So I don't think we would qualify for this because this says you must apply for Medi-Cal if you are not already receiving it. You must live at home or a dwelling of your own choosing. Acute care hospital, long-term care facilities, and licensed community care facilities are not considered own home. You must submit a completed health care certification form. More information on IHSS recipients. Now, let's just talk about that. Yeah, my mom's saying IHSS is eliminated by VA. Got it. So yeah, because my mom has VA healthcare and is a veteran and gets VA pension, she I don't think would be eligible for this because she doesn't have Medicare, Medi-Cal, whichever one we just said. Okay. Anthony says, you love your mama. She totally supported you when you came out. Your dad, not so much. I would take care of both of them still. However, yeah, and I personally don't know my dad. So again, happy Father's Day to everyone, but also all the mothers who act as fathers today. My mom certainly did that for me. Okay, Mom, I'm just curious about IHSS, so I'm still gonna read it because I feel like maybe some of my other viewers might be curious as well. So I get that you're not going to qualify for this program, but I'm curious about it anyway. Okay, so to qualify for IHSS, you must be 65 years or older, blind or disabled as defined by Social Security Administration, but disabled children are also potentially eligible. You need to be a California resident. You need to live in your own home. But like if my house was your house, I don't know, but this isn't good anyway. Okay, so live in your own home, be eligible for Medi-Cal benefits. IHSS applicants must complete a Medi-Cal eligibility determination or redetermination. Individuals whose income is too high to qualify for Medi-Cal with no share of cost may still be eligible with a Medi-Cal SOC. Oh, the share of cost may be applied towards the recipient of Medi-Cal and or IHSS benefits, participate in a home assessment interview, and obtain a healthcare certification from a healthcare professional, a licensed healthcare professional, LHCP, such as a physician, psychiatrist, psychologist, etc., indicating that you're unable to safely perform one or more activities and without IHSS would be at risk of placement in out-of-home care. Applicants may provide this form to certify their need for IHSS. So what are the things? You can submit other forms. Okay. You may submit other acceptable forms of alternative documentation signed by a licensed healthcare practitioner if the SOC 873 is not available. This document must indicate that the applicant recipient is unable to independently perform one or more activities of daily living. So like would cleaning your tub, would that be an activity of daily living? Because like that's the one that I think is really hard on my mom. Maybe pushing around a vacuum cleaner, maybe sweeping, because if you just swept with a broom and dustpan, it'd be hard to like for her to bend over and like sweep the dirt into a dustpan. Describe the applicant's slash recipient's condition or functional limitation that has contributed to the need for assistance and be signed and dated by the licensed healthcare practitioner within 60 days. Oh, this is yucky, and I don't know if my mom will want me to share this, but she also needs help like cutting her toenails. Now, I don't know if I want to do that. But she could also use help with that. Okay. So Pinky says, why does the VA not like to pay for what veterans need? And then W says, because the VA is incompetent on all levels imaginable. Okay, so let's go back to my original thing that I wanted to Google search was, can children get paid for taking care of elderly parents? All right, let's just look at California mobility. I'm going to take another sip of water. You guys know that please means to like the video. And Pinky says, yes, I've heard about the incompetence at the VA. It's legendary. Still no excuse for not providing for veterans who've served the country. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So, how to get paid for taking care of elderly parents in California. Key takeaways. What is a caregiver? What are the steps to become a paid caregiver in California? What are the required qualifications and training? Where to find support and resources? What are financial and legal considerations? What are your legal and ethical responsibilities? Caring for a family member can be rewarding yet demanding experience. In California, you have the opportunity to become paid caregivers for your loved ones. This tailored approach to caregiving not only ensures that family members are properly cared for, but also offers a viable career path if you want to dedicate yourself to this important work. Whether you're a seasoned caregiver or considering this path for the first time, navigate the intricacies of caregiving in California by finishing this article. Key takeaways. Caregivers in California range from professional healthcare providers to unpaid family members. I mean, we're definitely going to do that, but if I could get paid, that'd be awesome. Each offering unique forms of support based on the care recipient's needs. Becoming a paid caregiver in California involves a series of steps, including determining eligibility, applying for programs, and completing mandatory training. Family caregivers have a range of responsibilities, from personal care and medication management to ensuring a safe living environment, highlighting the multifaceted nature of caregiving. What is a caregiver? A caregiver is an individual who provides an exceptional level of care and support to someone unable to fully care for themselves due to illness, disability, or age. This role encompasses a wide range of responsibilities, from personal care and medical tasks to assistance with daily activities. People who can fill this role include professional healthcare providers, adult children in the family, and friends and relatives. Caregivers play a crucial role in improving the quality of life for their care recipients, offering emotional support, companionship, and practical help. Distinctions between caregivers. In California, there are several types of caregivers, each serving unique roles based on the needs of those they care for. Professional caregivers are paid care providers employed by agencies or healthcare facilities who offer care alternatives to nursing home care. And again, my mom's nowhere near needing a nursing home. Family caregivers, unpaid individuals providing full time care to a relative or friend with chronic illness, disability, or older adults. Independent caregivers directly hired by family individuals offering a personalized care approach outside of agency affiliation. Home health aides, HHAs, um, provide basic healthcare and daily living assistance at their own homes under healthcare professional supervision. Certified nursing assistants, that definitely wouldn't be me. They can assist with daily activities and basic care in various settings under a licensed nurse's supervision. Respite care offer temporary relief for primary caregivers available through home, adult daycare centers, or residential care settings. Hospice caregivers specializing in providing comfort and support for terminally ill patients and their families at the end of life. Palliative caregivers focus on relieving illness symptoms and stress to improve the quality of life for patients and families. And then PCAs, personal care assistants, assist with daily personal tasks to support independence for individuals in their homes. So that's like a lot of different categories. I'm just curious. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 different kinds. Okay. Responsibilities as family caregivers. A family caregiver's responsibilities include a wide range of self directed tasks. They provide personal care to their aging parents, which constitutes helping with activities of daily living, ADLs, such as bathing, dressing, and eating. See, I don't feel like she needs help with those things. I will say that, like, at her house, at the trailer, like, part of the reason why she comes to my house to cook Thanksgiving is because, like, her oven doesn't work, but that's more like a financial thing than like a physical thing. Other responsibilities may include medication management, ensuring medicines are administered on time, meal preparation, cooking, and ensuring dietary requirements are met, housekeeping, cleaning, and maintaining a safe living environment. Family caregivers also need to be aware of their rights, which protect them from undue stress and exploitation while they provide elder care. What are the steps to becoming a paid caregiver in California? Determine eligibility, apply for programs, undergo assessment process, enroll in training programs, and wait for approval and matching process. Becoming a paid caregiver in California involves several steps to ensure you can provide professional care and support to your loved ones in need. Determine eligibility. To become a paid family caregiver in California, you must first ensure you meet the eligibility requirements. You need to be authorized to work in the United States and pass a background check. Recipients, typically family members with serious health conditions, must qualify for assistance programs like IHSS based on their income and need for in-home care. Apply for programs. When applying, consider the broad range of service programs available, including those tailored to specific needs like the IHSS program or other state programs like California Paid Family Leave, PFL. The application includes providing personal information, details about the recipient's health condition, and the type of care required. Forms are available online or at the local Department of Social Services offices. If you are a caregiver of veterans, exploring veteran directed care programs is another option you can check. It includes all veteran affairs such as VA medical centers, veterans aid, and veterans directed home care. Undergo assessment processes. After applying, an in home assessment is scheduled to determine the recipient's needs. A social worker evaluates the specific care requirements and the number of authorized care hours. So, and that's something that's a little bit interesting for me and my mom. So, for me and my mom, so she's going to be moving in with me. We're looking at maximum a 6-month time frame, which is that's a good time frame for me. So sometime before the beginning of next year, I would, and that's good for me because I just started a new job. So I'm working a lot of hours. I typically right now I'm working 9 to 10-hour days, sometimes 13-hour days, and I only have about 1 day off a week. And my house could use a few repairs before I move my mom in. So 6 months seems like a good time to like get everything ready and all of that. I think I'm gonna have to quit claiming the blue room as exclusively office space. I'm gonna need to start using my house as a mess, but can we see that? There's like actually it's like the futon. It's a blanket all wadded up right there. But so I'm going to need to put an actual bed there and like not a futon. And the futon used to be like the couch that I would like sit on to film my older videos. So I'm going to have to convert this to not just office space. But if my mom was, and she doesn't qualify for IHSS, it looks like, but if they were to go and assess her house, they would see that she needs help cleaning and things like that. But here, since I'll already be cleaning for myself, it should already be pretty clean. So if they were to come into her house right now today and assess whether she needs help, I think they would be like, oh my God, she definitely needs help. She needs help cleaning. This is dirty. This is that. And I'm not trying to shame or embarrass my mom or whatever. She is doing the best she can. But I think visibly, if they went to her house, they would be like, oh yeah, she needs some help, versus visibly, if they came to my house, I don't think that they would make that same assessment. Okay, W says, what's more incompetent, VA or the EDD around 2021? My mom definitely is going to say the VA. Her VA benefits are non-service connected. VA will pay limited hours for caretaking and household chores, but you must be considered homebound, meaning you can't do much without help. Yeah, but I feel like I thought, Mom, that one of your doctors was already indicating that they would sign off on saying that you were homebound, even though you're not actually homebound. Maybe I misunderstood, but that's what I thought that they were saying. And it doesn't hurt to ask, right? Siren says, I wish I could get paid to take care of your mom. She makes too much money from Social Security for her to qualify to pay me. It's destroying my life currently. Siren, I'm so sorry to hear that. But one, know that you are a good person for taking care of your mom. And as frustrating as it sounds like you are right now, I think when everything's said and done, you can't get that time back, you know? So this is all really important time bonding with your mom, but man, that really stinks. I'm sorry. But I also admire you for what that's worth. And I think when you're, when all is said and done, that you'll be glad that you made that decision. That's what I hope. Okay, Siren also says that they're gonna finish their massage license and then move out of state to Florida, and then your brother can pay out of pocket for her to have a caregiver. They have taken advantage of you for 5 years. I'm so sorry. So I'm not always the best at this, right? It's easier to say it to someone else than to apply it to myself. But instead of saying like, it just like for your internal talk, and it might help. I'm not a professional by any stretch of the imagination. These are just ways that I'm trying to like look at things, not with my mom, but like just in life in general. instead of saying, they've taken advantage of you for 5 years, say, "You know what? I'm so lucky that I was in a position where I could go to school and be there to take care of my family." Like, I think it's and to be clear, like, I'm sure that there's some stuff that you don't wanna deal with, and, like, families me and my mom, I'm sure, will butt heads sometimes, and I'm sure it's a lot and that it's really stressful, but this is a huge opportunity. If you would have been living in Florida already these last 5 years, would you be sad that you didn't have the opportunity to spend with your mom? And, like, it in a lot of ways, it I don't know your specific situation, but it is a gift to be able to spend time with them as they get older, you know? Um, with that said, like, I know it can be hard, um, but hopefully, ultimately, you'll be glad that you made that decision. Okay, Kobe Cakes says, "You don't think it takes much to get certified as a nursing assistant. It takes some classes and a test. Each state is different, though." Yep. And then Kobe Cake says, "You may need to have your bathroom designed for the handicap. Your sister had to make some minor changes in the bathroom for my mother who lived with them, and the changes were not massive." Yes, that is one of the things that so there's my house is a fixer upper, and I've had it for 12 years, but I've never really fixed it up. One of the projects that I did first, a big expense well, first it needed a new roof as soon as I bought it. Okay, let's talk about all this stuff for a second. When I first bought my house, it needed a new roof. So I did that right away. I had to. Then it needed some electrical work, so I did that right away. Um, the kitchen was garbage. I really need to make a house tour video one of these days, and I will eventually get around to it. I don't know when. Um, maybe my mom will push me once she's here to, like, finally make all the videos that I've been saying I'm gonna make. I've done a lot of house repairs, but I still need to do a lot more, and I don't have a lot of extra money. Most of my not in quotes net worth, most of my net worth is in the equity of the house, but, like, I don't wanna take out a home equity loan and have my house payment be bigger or take longer to pay off, so I've just been trying to do, like, a little work on the house as it's needed. One of the things I did that I think is gonna be really good for my mom is I have, um what are they called? What are those called? Mini splits. I have a mini split heating and air conditioning program. Like, my mom's house gets really cold. My house used to get really cold, but after I put the heating system in, it's so much better. It's so much better. I used to literally, guys, when I first bought this house, the insulation must not be good unless I was sitting literally this close to a space heater, like with my face this close to it, you couldn't get warm. I slept literally, I'm not kidding. I slept with a ski mask on, and I would joke, I'd be like, "Let somebody come and try and rob me in the middle of the night because they're going to come in and I'm going to be the one in a ski mask. I'm going to scare them. They're going to turn around and go running." My house was very, very, very cold. My mom's house is currently that level cold. So I put in a heating system that makes it so that, like, my house is comfortable to actually be in the winter. In the summer it's not that bad. I actually have, like, a lot of windows. Like, there's a window there in this, and my house is very, very, very small. So there's one window there and there's another window there. So there's how about now? Can you guys hear me? Okay. Sound is back. So I have a lot of, like, windows in my house. It makes it's nice and breezy in the summer. There's lots of airflow or whatever, but in the winter, those same windows let in the cold air. Anyway, in my bathroom, it looks like there's black mold growing on the ceiling. And I need to take care of that before I move my mom in. I think there's moisture in the walls. I would like to totally redo that bathroom. It's also entirely tiled, the bathroom. And I even have, like, bathroom sink that like is a granite top. So when you get out of the shower and there's no there's no bathroom fan. So when you get out of the bathroom, everything is slippery. The walls are slippery, the countertop's slippery. There's nothing for her to grab onto as she's like putting her leg up and over into the shower. So I definitely want to get first of all, I need to figure out what's going on with the mold and get that taken care of, which I think is going to involve replacing the drywall, painting it with like that kills stuff, maybe putting in an exhaust fan in there. I'm worried I'm worried about putting in an exhaust fan. I worry about any kind of major work done on my house. I'm worried that they're not going to seal like whatever opening they create properly and that like it'll leak in the rain, but I don't know. Don't worry about that. Just trust that it's going to go right. Um, that's also my advice, and something I'm working on is trying to believe it's going to go right instead of thinking of all the ways it could go wrong. But so the bathroom needs needs all the old drywall removed from the ceiling. It needs new drywall put up. It'll need painting with like the anti-mold stuff. It needs a fan put in. And then it almost seems like with all that work, like, why not just redo it all? Which maybe I will. I don't know. But it also needs I would need to put in like a pull bar in the, like a handlebar in the shower, and then like one actually in the shower, and then one for my mom to grab onto as she's getting out of the shower. My mom says the mold is probably because of the moisture. It it probably is, and I don't think there's, like, new fresh mold growing. I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, you live with it and you're just, like, hoping it doesn't get worse, and you hope your, like, lungs don't get bad because, like, do you really have the money to deal with the issue? It has looked like that since I bought the house. Um, and it doesn't seem like it's getting worse. Although I will say that lately, even though I've been showering with the window open, after I shower, it seems like there's moisture from the ceiling and the light fixtures that will, like, drip down on me after I'm done taking a shower. It's really weird. Anyway, so I definitely do need to redo the bathroom, before my mom moves in. And depending on what they say with the mold and stuff, um, it could be pretty costly. It might not be. I have no idea. Okay, now my mom also says the VA's assessment is different. When you tell them I'm moving, you'll say it's because you can't take care of yourself like grocery shopping and you can't afford your mobile home maintenance. Yeah, which is one of the main reasons my mom is moving. Okay, let's go back to the article about the steps to getting paid for being a caretaker, which I might not be. I thought this would be an interesting topic for a lot of my viewers. So step 4 is enrolling in training programs. You may need to complete mandatory training and certification depending on the program's requirements. It might include first aid, safety protocols, and specialized care procedures. Information on training programs can be found through local community organizations or government programs. Step 5, wait for approval and matching process. Once you complete the required training and the recipient's needs are assessed, approval for the caregiver role is given. You are then officially matched with your family members, allowing you to receive compensation for provided care through programs like IHSS, PFL, or veteran benefits. Continual compliance with program rules include accurate time reporting of caregiver services. It's essential for continued participation. This article is for information purposes only, as is this video. Please do not call us for assistance as we are unable to help. Visit California Employment Development Department. Guys, that's the EDD, the Employment Development Department. Yep, that's good old EDD. I had to slow down and read that again to find out which programs you or your loved ones qualify and to file a claim. What are the required qualifications and training? To become a paid caregiver for a family member in California, you need to meet certain qualifications and complete specific training programs. Here's a rundown of the basic requirements. Background check. You must pass a criminal background check. Yes. Health screening. A tuberculosis test and other health screenings may be required. Okay. Training program, you got to complete completion of a state-approved caregiver training program is needed. CPR and first aid certifications. These certifications are typically mandatory. Honestly, guys, I've been wanting. Oh, hi. Oh, washer dryer money. Hi. It's so good to see you. Washer dryer money. First of all, I just got a washer dryer installed in my house. I'm super happy. Oh, that was the other project, you guys, that I did. But washer dryer money is somebody who is was part of my Graham Stephan mentorship group. Graham just actually got married. Did you catch that on his last video? I don't know. I would love to see some pictures, but that's if they want to be private. Anyway, washer dryer money. I will check my Facebook messages and thank you for that. And good to hear from you. And hope your channel is doing well. But CPR training, that's something like this is just probably lame, but I'm a little bit lame sometimes. Like my idea of fun is really changing as I get older. But I just kind of want to do CPR training anyway. I think it would be good to have at the movie theater. And I kind of wish that the movie theater would pay for that training. I wish they would like come in and have like a session where everybody that works there could get CPR trained. We do have a lot of elderly customers at the movie theater, and I feel like I did that in the Girl Scouts when I was really, really young. Shout out to the Girl Scouts. Look, I've got my Golden Cookie Award right here. P.S. My mom is like telling me that she can't see her 1989 was the Golden Cookie Award. So as a top cookie sales girl. My mom's like worried she's not going to be able to bring all her stuff here, but like we'll make room. I have a small house, but we will make room for whatever my mom wants to bring here. Anyway, I think it would be good to get CPR certified, and it's been something that I've been wanting to do anyway. And it's something that I wish that my mom could, not my mom, that my work would pay for because I think it would be beneficial for all of the staff to be CPR certified. Okay. Essential training topics. You would undertake training that covers essential topics, including personal care services, patient rights, safety procedures, and communication skills, enhancing skills, attending workshops and continued education in areas such as Alzheimer's and dementia care, or disability support improves caregiving skills. Where to find support and resources for caregivers. Caring for a family member can be rewarding, but also demanding. So, a caregiving guide is essential to support and provide resources available in California, ensuring your well being and enhancing your caregiving abilities. Accessing respite care and training. Respite care is crucial if you need a break to recharge, especially if you care for a household family member. In California, you can utilize services from area agencies such as the California Caregiver Resource Centers. Additionally, training is provided to enhance your skills and cope with specific disabilities. Resources for both respite care and training include home and community-based services waiver for the developmentally disabled for tailored caregiver support, long-term care insurance policies for coverage of the cost of respite services, cash and counseling program for stipend and financial assistance, the California Department of Aging for access to information and care programs, finding community and emotional support. Your emotional well-being is paramount to prevent burnout. Here are ways to connect with others and find the necessary emotional support. Engage with local support groups specifically for caregiving families. Reach out to California Caregiver Resource Centers for emotional support. Inquire about counseling services to address caregiver burnout. Look for organizations like the American Association of Retired Persons, the AARP, and area agencies on aging, the AAA, that offer extensive support networks and resources. What are financial and legal considerations? Financial programs. You may explore Medicaid programs, Medicare, which offer additional support and resources. The aid and attendance benefit is another important consideration if you care for veterans. The aid and attendance benefit. Mom, let's look into that. Can you remind me? I'm going to type it in the stream so that I remember. The aid and attendance benefit for veterans. I know you're not fully connected, but let's see. Okay. 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 Johnny Brown would like me to say, to please mention the most important fact. Everything else means nothing unless the parent meets their own qualifications. Please mention that fact. Yes, so I will state that again. None of this means any. We're just looking at it together because, Johnny, I've never seen you comment before, so welcome to the channel. I am just curious. So my mom is moving in with me. I don't know at what point you jumped into today's life. My mom's going to be moving in with me. Simultaneously, I'm sort of thinking about a career change, or maybe I just want to be home more with my mom, or maybe I just want to be home more um with or without my mom. My mom is saying she knows about the VA and we have a lot to discuss. So my mom is also a veteran. And so she doesn't have Medicare or Medicaid. She gets all of her care through the VA. And that's somehow going to make it so that I can't be like an IHSS provider. My mom is low income. That's normally one of the requirements. And that's what Sylvia was saying earlier, that her mom, she doesn't qualify to get paid while she's taking care of her mom because her mom's social security is too much. And can we just take a moment to say that it sucks that if you're so even though I want to be positive, right, Sylvia, let me also not like discount your feelings that it sucks. It does suck. If you've been taking care of your mom all of this time, if her only income is Social Security and she doesn't and you don't qualify because she makes too much off of Social Security alone to get help, that sucks, right? And the system is not set up well because nobody it's not like they're out there like buying like designer handbags if all you're living off of is Social Security, right? If your only income is Social Security, nobody's like out there like balling, like you're not driving like a Mercedes Benz, you're not in a Range Rover, you're not like spending crazy money. Um Most likely, right? I don't know everybody's situation, but like I think if all you're getting is Social Security, no matter how, even if you're making the most Social Security that you can possibly make, and you're a child caring for your parent who is only living on Social Security, that child should be able financially to qualify for doing that. Anyway, so there's that. So, and you need to be so you need to meet the financial qualifications. My mom would meet the financial qualifications even if she was getting my room's a mess. My mom my mom would meet those qualifications. I'm not sure if my mom would qualify as disabled. So some of the things my mom currently has issues with are like bending over to cut her toenails. Sorry, mom, if you don't want me to share that, too bad. Um, she struggles with like if she's sweeping and needs to bend over to like get the dirt out of the dustpan, that's a problem. She somehow has been able to like she cuts her own grass, but like she uses like the weed whacker, so she is able to hold it from an upright position. So she doesn't have to like bend over to do anything with that. What else does she have trouble with? Like bending over to like clean the bottom of her tub. So anything where she would have to bend over to touch the floor, she struggles with that. And she also has like some mobility, like she can walk, but she's using her walker a lot more. It's a lot more difficult. And she, even with her glasses, sometimes her vision's a little bit blurry. She does still, and I don't know about a little bit blurry, it might be a lot blurry. I don't quite know that. But her vision is not what it once was. She does still have her driver's license. She does still drive, but usually it's very, very close distances. Okay. So that's where we're at with that. But yeah, like, so the parent would need to qualify. The parent would need to, I need to figure out like what to wear under this. That's why my hair is like this. Anyway, sidetracked. So your parent would need to qualify both in terms of the level of help that they need and meet the financial requirements. Additionally, um, no, that's it. They would need to meet the financial requirements and need the help with their disability. My mom also, at some point, the kind of Social Security that she receives, so she receives Social Security, disability, and she receives VA pension, I think. I believe that that's right. So at some point to get Social Security disability, the state has already deemed her disabled. But yes, absolutely. If you're going to get paid to take care of your parents need to meet their own qualifications in order for you then as the child to apply. Okay, I hope I explained that, I didn't over explain it, but yeah, for sure. And welcome to the channel, Johnny. Okay, so Pinky says, have I tried, from this is because my bathroom's going to need remodeled before my mom comes in. Have I tried leaving the bathroom window open as much as possible? Also, quick spray with bleach and water mixture or vinegar on the mold. Let's sit then wipe clean. Yeah, and I think so. Like I said, I don't think there's new mold. And definitely I need to leave the window open a little bit more in the bathroom. And like a lot of times I leave the door open as well. I like a really hot shower. I know I shouldn't. Um, Sometimes remember how I mentioned how cold it was and sitting this close? Sometimes in the winter it gets cold. I need to open it. I know I do. But also maybe just putting a fan in. But maybe like, I don't know. I need to have someone assess, I guess, if I actually need to redo all the drywall or if it's okay. My mom says I need to bring a 10 by 60 space of stuff. Your current surplus groceries would fill the entire blue room. Yeah, we're gonna have to we're not gonna be keeping all those groceries in the house, Mom. Okay, Pinky says I live by the ocean. Mold is constant. Ventilation indoor and temperature is key. Yes. Okay. And then this was a reminder to myself that I need to look up the aid and attendance benefit for veterans. Pinky says, rarely is the mold you see black mold. That has to be tested to know for sure. Oh, well, that's good. And then my mom says that she knows a lot about the VA and we have a lot to discuss. Also, Mom, it's not going to be today. I know you asked if I was coming to see you for Father's Day, but my friend Julie's in town. Her mom just passed, so we're going to go do a memorial for her mom. Pinky says, care for the elderly and disabled in particular in the US is absolutely shameful. Yeah. And then people have to be indignant or damn near to get help in this company. Yeah. So I don't know. I was just curious. Let's keep looking a little bit. Managing finances. You should also consider managing your financial responsibilities carefully to avoid any legal issues. Keep accurate records. It helps managing finance, improving your income. Tax knowledge ensures compliance with the state and federal laws. Caregiving agreement clarifies expectations and responsibilities. Legal documents, ensuring all legal documents are in order is crucial. Power of attorney, which all of these things we need to do. Provides legal authority to make decisions if the care receiver, which would be my mom, is unable to. Advanced healthcare directive documents the care receiver's health wishes. So my mom does have like a do not resuscitate, but it's interesting because I don't know, like, it depends, like, how bad. Like, I don't know, whatever, it's her choice, right? I'll do the best I can for her. And then an estate plan, which assists in future allocation of the care receiver's assets. But unfortunately, my mom doesn't have really any assets. But that's okay. It's not unfortunate. It just is what it is. What are your legal and ethical responsibilities when acting as a paid caregiver for a family member in California? You need to be mindful of various legal responsibilities. And those are adherence to labor laws, proper employment contracts, accurate reporting of income for taxes, understanding of wage and hour requirements, health insurance portability, and Accountability Act. Oh, HIPAA compliance for patient privacy. Like maybe my mom don't want me talking about her weird toenails, but I'm not officially getting paid yet, so it is what it is. Ethical considerations: treat care recipients with respect, uphold their dignity, and maintain clear boundaries. A professional relationship: transparent communication about care plans, avoid conflicts of interest, keep professional boundaries. And then the takeaways from this article, this article is for informational purposes, as is this video. Please do not call us for assistance. We are unable to help. Visit the California Employment Development Department, the EDD website, to find out which programs you or your loved ones qualify and to file a claim. So that is, this is interesting. Oh, I am interested in a ramp. So this is the California Mobility blog on caregiving, written by California Mobility. That's not written by a company, but whatever. It looks like this company provides ramps. Oh, look at that. Threshold ramps. Portable ramp. Look at all this stuff. Modular ramps. Interesting. Because we might want that too. Because my mom is getting to the point where stairs are a little bit hard for her. Okay. Oh shoot, I was just reading all that, but I didn't have it up on screen. All right, sorry you guys. Okay, Pinky says there's an official definition for disabled. Although many people meet the definition, not all qualify for disability benefits or help. And again, my mom has already been determined by the state that she is a disabled person. And like she has like the disabled placard, and her social security benefits are social security disability. Not just like the regular ones. And that's something that I don't necessarily know the difference on. Johnny, I will mention your point again, that to get paid to take care of your parents, which is what I titled the video, that everything else kind of doesn't mean anything unless the parent on their own meets their own qualifications. All right, you guys, and washer dryer money. Nice to see you pop in. I'm going to check my messages on Facebook. You guys, happy Father's Day. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Thanks so much for watching Shelly's Millions. I'll see you next week.